Hi. Today what I'm going to be showing is called the Safe Respawn Blueprint. It's two blueprints. One is a location where the player will respawn, and the other is a trigger. Uh, when the trigger is activated, the player will diminish health, will lose some health, and he will be translated back to the closest point based on distance. So you can have several points in the world, um, and the trigger, once it's activated, will look for the closest one, and based on that would actually translate the player to there. Um, so I can walk you through and show you how this works. Let's see. Okay, so this is kind of like the test map, just to showcase. So this kind of happens in platformers where the player will jump, and if he misses, you know, he will fall into a pit, take damage. With this, what happens is like, okay, he falls, and so you have the option to diminish health, which you can see in the top left. When he falls down, he loses some health. And also you have the option to set which particle, something for a trail to show like, hey, this is the player moving back to this location point. Um, there's also an instance where, you know, maybe there might be 2 points that are kind of close to each other, and it might pick one versus the other, which you might not want that. Like it might pick the wrong one. So there is an option to set that manually. So let's just try this out. So he goes back to that one. That's cool, and I think it's because I have the manual one on. So this is saying, hey, automatic respawn location. If I turn that on, it's true. It's on by default. It's true by default. So it's always searching for the closest one based on distance. If it's on by default, if you go in this menu, you can't ever actually select a different one. So let's see. Sorry. So I'll go here. I'm messing up now. Well, let's try to get to the other one. So in this one, I think the location on the opposing side of the ledge is actually closer. So that's what you don't want to happen. And if you do not want that to happen, you would actually change automatic respawn location to false, and then this gives you the ability to select the proper one that you would actually want him to go to. You know, could you set this up manually in level blueprint script? Yes, but you would have to take the same script or several sequences of nodes and replicate that over and over and over. With this blueprint, you do it once, and then now all you have to do is just place the trigger and the actual location where it's safe for the player to respawn at, and it handles that all for you. Um, if you want to take a look at what I got, um, so in here in the construction script, this is all it says is just like this sets off, if it's automatically searching for the closest destination, or if it's manually, if the designer is manually searching for that. And then in here, it's just like checks if the player has triggered the volume. These are the several functions that are executed before the player actually moves to the save point. Um, Functions that are executed after the move. And then over here is the volume. This is where it's taking all the actors that have a certain tag, like, oh, this is a blueprint for the respawn locations, and it's taking all that, throwing them into an array, and then judging each one but based on distance, and it finds the closest one. Um, so the only thing that I guess the designer would have to change, um, once he had access to these blueprints, is changing the uh, particle that represents the player moving back to the safe point location. Other than that, everything else should just work, straightforward, completely fine. So yeah, this is pretty much what I had to show you guys today. This is only two blueprints. One is the point and location where the player responds, and then one is the trigger. Um, Hopefully, some of you guys will find this useful, and I like to see this. I like to see what you guys will do with this and put this in your game and add on top of it. Um, thanks. Thanks for watching.